Hello friends and potential friends. Well, here we are at the southern Idaho version of Geeky Gardens. Take a look at what my mom's been up to. Still got wood chips and more soil. As you can see, things have been growing up fast. And I'll be doing a lot of cleanup work trying to get this back into shape again. But let's take a look at what Mom's been up to. Over here is her tomato bed. I know she's got Everglades, and let's see, that one's faded out. But these are the tomatoes, and I'm not sure, but does that look like spinach? Awful big leaves. I tasted one and it tastes good. But I'm not familiar with spinach because I can't seem to grow it in Florida. And we got blossoms on the tomatoes. And this one, I believe, was an Everglades. And there's one little tiny tomato starting to form. Now you have to remember, a month ago it was snowing here. So all of this pretty much has come up in the last month. Mom started some of them indoors. Not sure what kind this one is, but it does have a few blossoms on it. And then this one, I know she is labeled Everglades. And if you look inside there, there are a bunch of little cherry tomatoes coming on. That one's going to be producing tomatoes in the next week or two. Probably ripe tomatoes. Next one over here is a ponderosa. Does have some blossoms, but I don't see any fruit yet. And then the far one over here, some kind of cherry tomato. I brought her a better marker to make her labels with. But that one looks good and stout. That could almost be a Praxis cherry. I know I left her some seeds. That could very well be a Praxis cherry tomato. Over here it looks like an eggplant. Possibly. And that guy looks like a pepper. And this guy doesn't look like an okra, except it's got a pod on here that does look like an okra. And the label says okra. Okay. So she's got one little okra plant here. I brought some more that my friend Peanut gave me. We'll be getting planted here pretty soon. And then this one down here, if I remember right, it was either a butternut or an acorn squash. And it does have a lot of little tiny fruits starting to form in there. That's coming along nicely. And then there's the garlic bed. Now she was thinking that these were about ready to be harvested. She's been picking scapes off of them. But I think we may let them go just a little while longer and see what they turn into. There are two different varieties of hardneck. The ones down there at that end are a Bavarian purple, And I'm not sure what these are up at this end. The tag just says hardneck. But boy, believe it or not, there's an irrigation ditch under there somewhere. And as soon as I get rested up from the trip, I need to start uncovering it again. But everything out in the field is growing good. We don't have cows on the property this year, mainly because the guy that was running his cattle out here basically just used my mom as an excuse to clean out the old stuff in his freezer. In payment, he gave her a little bit of money, a couple dozen rotten eggs, and some 2-year-old beef he took out of his freezer. So she decided that he was not worth dealing with. So right now everything's growing out there. And that's okay, but I'm still gonna have to play with the water situation. But like I've said before, water is everything around here. And meanwhile, I have one bed here that's empty, or mostly empty. And my friend Peanut gave me some seeds that he wants me to try growing up here just to see how well they'll grow. So I think real soon here I'm gonna get planting. But I just got here yesterday afternoon, and so I've already declared today as a day of rest. And after all, it is Sunday and I need to get some rest after that long trip. But this is the first garden that I got the camera out for. I think in that last video I posted, I mentioned that I was going to be making one more stop before I headed up this way. Well, that stop was at my friend Peanut's house in South Louisiana. And I got to take a good look at his garden up front and personal with my own eyes. And that was really nice. It was really nice meeting Peanut for the very first time, even though we've been friends for quite a while. And seeing his garden, and he gifted me with some seeds that he wants me to try growing up here in Idaho, to see how they do. And so I'm looking forward to that as well. But anyway, that's about it for the garden for right now. And I guess starting tomorrow I'll be doing some cleanup. But meanwhile, I'll see you next time.